They laughed when she stepped forward. The range went silent when the first shot landed dead center. Under the hard blue sky of a bright training morning, the male cadets had already burned through 2 magazines each. Targets stood downrange like quiet judges, riddled with near misses and shaky groupings. Sweat ran down temples. Jaws clenched. Instructors murmured. Confidence thinned with every failed attempt. Then the female soldier picked up the gun. Before the laughter could fully die, the confrontation was already alive. Smirks from the cadets, raised eyebrows from officers. The unspoken challenge hanging in the air. She felt it all. The doubt. The weight of 100 assumptions pressing against her back. Her fingers tightened around the rifle, as if it could feel her pulse. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Lieutenant Mara Hale. She hadn't planned to step forward. She'd come to observe, to sign off on a training report, to leave before noon. But when the lead instructor sighed and muttered, "We'll reset after lunch," something inside her shifted. Not anger, not pride. Something quieter, older. She remembered her first range. The sun like a hammer. The whispers behind her. She's too small. She won't handle recoil. She remembered missing once. Just once. And the way the laughter had echoed longer than it should have. The cadets watched as she checked the chamber. A breeze moved dust across the ground. Flags snapped softly. Somewhere, a canteen hit the dirt. No one spoke. Even the birds seemed to wait. She raised the rifle. Her breathing slowed. Each inhale deliberate. Each exhale measured. The world narrowed. Not to prove anything. Not to embarrass anyone. But to the quiet geometry of sight and target. In that space, doubt had no permission. The first shot cracked the air. Dead center. A ripple moved through the line. A few cadets leaned forward. Someone scoffed too quickly. "Lucky," a voice whispered. Mara adjusted her stance, felt the warmth of the stock against her cheek. The second shot followed. Dead center again. She thought of her father, who taught her patience before power. She thought of nights cleaning weapons while others slept. She thought of every time she'd swallowed words to keep the peace. The rifle kicked, steady and familiar. Third shot. Fourth. The grouping tightened like a signature. Murmurs spread. Helmets turned. Even the instructors stood straighter now. The targets bore a clean truth that couldn't be argued with. She paused, finger off the trigger, letting the moment breathe. Dust swirled at her boots. The sun glinted off spent casings. One cadet laughed, nervously this time. Another swallowed hard. She lowered the rifle and turned. Her expression calm, not triumphant, just present. "May I?" she asked, nodding toward the remaining cadets. They made space without thinking. As she walked the line, she corrected grips with gentle taps, adjusted stances with a word here, a nod there. No lectures, no scolding. She stood behind one cadet whose hands shook. "Breathe," she said quietly. "You're not fighting the rifle, you're listening to it." He fired, closer. Around them the range transformed. Shoulders relaxed. Shots found their mark. The air filled with a new sound. Not laughter, but focus. Pride. A crowd gathered. Officers. Staff. Passing trainees. Drawn by the shift they could feel more than see. She thought she'd never see this kind of silence again. She was wrong. When the final target was reeled back, the line erupted, not in cheers, but in something deeper. Respect. The instructor cleared his throat. "Outstanding," he said, and it meant more than praise. It meant acknowledgement. Later, as the cadets packed up under the high sun, one approached her. "Ma'am," he said, eyes down, then up. "Thank you." She nodded. "You did the work." Because courage doesn't announce itself. It shows up, steady and undeniable. And just like that first shot in the bright morning light, respect found its center. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more moments where quiet strength changes everything.